Sergi.
Thoraya, we're so glad you are here with us. Welcome to the deep dive. You know, what if I told you that the best beach in the entire world isn't tucked away in the Maldives or the Caribbean or even along the Amalfi Coast?
Right, you probably expect somewhere tropical, with palm trees.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what if I told you it's actually sitting just a short boat ride away from a gritty, industrial, unapologetically rebellious city in northwestern Spain?
It really does sound like a contradiction, doesn't it? A highly guarded natural paradise sitting right next to this massive urban powerhouse.
It totally does. And here's the kicker. To even set foot on that pristine white sand, you literally need to secure government clearance first.
Yeah, that is the fascinating duality we are exploring today. It's just so unique.
It is. So today, our mission is to head into the Cies Islands region of Spain. Specifically, we are unpacking the vibrant, honestly completely unexpected city of Vigo and the natural fortress that protects it, which is the Cies Islands. And as we dig into all the local history and the firsthand traveler accounts and just the sheer geography of this place, you start to realize that Vigo offers an experience that completely shatters that classic Spanish vacation stereotype.
Oh, 100%. You aren't just lounging on the Costa del Sol sipping sangria. You are stepping into a destination with a brilliant, almost split personality.
It really is a tale of two extremes, because when you look closely at this region, you find a fiercely proud urban center steeped in industry, modern counterculture, and street art.
Yeah.
Yet just across the water, it acts as the gateway to one of the most militantly protected, untouched natural ecosystems in all of Europe.
Okay, so let's unpack this central contradiction. Because to really understand a place, you kind of have to look at its walls and its history.
Definitely have to look at where they came from.
Right. And Vigo's rebellious independent streak, it isn't just a modern attitude, right? It physically manifests in the city itself. So where does that intense local pride actually stem from?
Well, to understand the modern attitude of Vigo, you have to rewind to a really defining historical flashpoint. It's known locally as the Reconquest of Vigo, or La Reconquista.
Okay, La Reconquista.
Yeah, let's go back to March 28th, 1809. So Napoleon's army had essentially swept through the Iberian Peninsula. But Vigo did something truly extraordinary.
What did they do?
Well, a popular grassroots uprising actually managed to expel the French military. I mean, they became the very first European town to successfully push Napoleon's forces out.
Wait, the first town in Europe to kick out Napoleon's army? I mean, that is no small footnote in a history book.
Oh, not at all. It was huge. And the Spanish crown absolutely recognized it. So a year later, King Fernando VII officially granted Vigo the title of a faithful, loyal, and courageous city.
Wow, faithful, loyal, and courageous.
Exactly. And the people of Vigo, they did not let anyone forget it. Even today, this historic victory is celebrated every single year in late March.
But it's not just like a polite civic parade with a marching band, right?
Oh, no. The city's old town is completely transformed. It turns into this immersive, massive 19th century outdoor market that runs for 3 days straight.
Yeah, and reading about this festival in the sources, it sounds like an absolute sensory overload.
It really is.
You have thousands of locals roaming the cobblestone streets, dressed in these incredibly detailed period costumes.
Yeah.
So people dressed as 19th century soldiers, local fishermen, farmers, you name it.
Right, they take it very seriously.
They really do. They put on highly choreographed street theater, literally recreating the skirmishes and mock battles with the French right there in the plazas.
And while these mock battles are raging, the air is just thick with the smell of Galician food.
Oh man, the food. We're talking fresh crab, massive pots of local mussels, traditional empanadas stuffed with meat or seafood.
And the churrasco.
Yes, churrasco grilling over open flames.
Yeah.
And all of it is being washed down with local Galician wines and traditional herbal liquors.
It is a massive, incredibly loud trip to the past that stretches deep into the early hours of the morning.
Which honestly makes me want to push back a little bit on the psychology of this.
Okay, how so?
Well, think about it. Isn't it kind of unusual for a city to celebrate a violent historical military conflict like an actual invasion by throwing what is essentially a giant 3-day block party with crab and local liquors?
It does sound a bit counterintuitive when you put it that way.
Right.
Yeah.
It feels like they are taking a historical trauma and just turning it into a festival. Does that say something specific about the character of the people here?
I think it raises a really profound question about how cultures process their own history. Because what we are seeing in Vigo is a culture that places an immense value on resilience, on community, and on finding joy, rather than just dwelling on the dark, traumatic parts of the past.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's fundamentally about reclaiming their space. Historically, in 1809, they reclaimed their physical streets from an occupying empire. And today, they celebrate that victory by filling those exact same streets with life, food, and neighborhood connection.
Reclaiming their space. I really love that framing. Because here's where it gets really interesting for you as a visitor. That exact same drive to reclaim and dominate their physical space translates directly into modern Vigo.
It does. It's everywhere.
If you walk through the city today, you literally see this rebellion painted on the walls. They have this brilliant urban initiative called Vigo Cidade de Cor, or City of Color.
And they haven't just put up a few nice paintings here and there. Over the last few years, they have turned the city into a literal open-air gallery with over 80 massive multi-story murals.
80 murals, that's incredible.
It is. They are taking these drab, gray, industrial dividing walls and completely overpowering them with vibrant art.
And they are bringing in serious international and local talent to execute this, right? The city is essentially putting itself on the European street art map alongside heavyweights like Bristol or Berlin.
Absolutely. You have incredibly talented artists like Lula Goche, for instance. She's originally from the region, but has painted massive murals everywhere from Ireland to the Bronx.
Wow. And the subject matter is so hyper-local, too. You see artists like Mondevane, who paints these towering, hyper-realistic portraits of everyday people.
Yes, his work is stunning.
I mean, he paints them holding traditional Galician ceramic wine cups, which are called cuncas. He even painted a viral portrait of a famous Galician actor.
And then you have artists like Louis de Lambert bringing these incredible surreal bursts of color to the streets. They are physically painting their modern Galician identity right over the industrial concrete of the city.
It's just so powerful.
It really is a continuous, unbroken thread of identity. Whether it's a popular uprising expelling an empire in 1809, or, a street artist painting an 80-foot mural over a blank retaining wall today, the core message is exactly the same.
Which is, this is our city, and we will make it reflect who we are.
Exactly.
And that drive to transform spaces brings us right into how Vigo handles its cultural institutions. When you look at their museums, Vigo acts like a master recycler.
That's a great way to put it.
They don't just tear old things down to build shiny new tourist traps. They take spaces of heavy authority or heavy industry, and they upcycle them into spaces of culture.
The physical architecture of their museums is just a perfect example of this upcycling.
So let's look at Marco, right? The Museum of Contemporary Art. It sits right in the commercial heart of the city on Calle Principe.
Right.
But if you walk up to it, it is not some modern glass and steel cube. It's housed in the city's former courthouse.
Think about that. They took a building that was literally designed for strict legal authority, judgment, and incarceration, and they completely flipped the script.
They turned it into a hub for avant-garde, local, and international art. It's brilliant.
And they applied that exact same philosophy to their industrial heritage, too. Take Galicia's Museum of the Sea.
Right, because this region has an incredibly deep historical connection to fishing, shellfishing, and just the whole marine ecosystem.
Exactly. But instead of building a brand new oceanography center, they housed the museum inside the former Alcabre Molino de Viento canning factory.